Hello friends, Miranda here, and today I have a recipe for you guys. So we are going to be making some peanut butter chicken. I know it sounds odd, you guys. I thought it was weird too the first time I tried it in Mexico. So this is known as Pollo Encacahuatado. Right here is all the ingredients that you will need. I already have my chicken pre-cooked, you guys. I just boiled it in water with a chunk of onion, about a quarter onion, and some salt, you guys. That's all. So make sure your chicken is pre-cooked for this, because basically what I'm going to be showing you is kind of the salsa that you're going to be using for it, because it is considered like a salsa. You can use any kind of chicken that you want. Me personally, I prefer like a bone-in chicken just to give it that extra flavor. If you have like pre-cooked like cube chicken or something, you like the kind of like pre-frozen ones, that's fine too, you guys. But I just use some drumsticks. Again, if you want to use boneless or whatever kind of chicken you want to use, that's totally up to you. You will need some tomatoes here. I have 5 because they're not very big tomatoes, so I have 5 of them. I have 3 cloves of garlic. I have a quarter piece of onion. I have 5 chile árbol here. That is totally optional, you guys. It's not really necessary, but I wanted to have it so that it gives it that little like extra kick. I have 5 chile guajillos here, and you guys, these I took the seeds out, deveined them, so they're all nice and clean. You will need about a half stick of cinnamon here. You're going to need about 2 cloves, you guys. I do have some cumin. You will also need some whole black pepper. You could, I guess, use already ground pepper, but in Mexican cooking, we usually use a lot of whole black pepper instead. And then you will need about a cup or so of some peanuts here. And then just kind of to taste, I will be using some Nor Suiza here, this chicken bouillon, and just some regular salt, you guys. All right, and just a note, you guys, make sure you reserve the leftover juice from the where you boiled your chicken, because we will be using that as well. All right, you guys, so here's what we're going to do. I have a pan here that's heated up with some oil. We're going to add into it the chiles. I have about 6 of the whole black pepper here, 2 cloves, the garlic, the onion, and the cinnamon stick. And then also the peanuts here. We are going to just pop it all into the pan. We're going to just kind of, I guess, saute it a little bit, just for a few, seconds. Not too much, because we don't want the chiles or the peanuts to kind of go, I don't know what the term is, sour, I guess. I don't know how to really explain it, but you don't want it bitter. There we go, bitter. You don't want it to get bitter. So I'm going to go ahead and add all this to the pan. So we got the chiles here, all of this stuff. That, and then the peanuts here. And I'm just going to be moving this around. Like I said, it's only going to be maybe a couple minutes at the most. Not a whole lot, you guys. And then we're going to take them out. You don't want to overdo it, okay? All right, and so a couple minutes later, you guys, it's okay if like the onion isn't completely like done, but like I said, we just don't want this to get bitter. So I'm going to take all of the stuff out of the pan and set it aside. All right, so next up, what I've done is I've just cut up the tomatoes into just kind of like quarter pieces. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing here. Just add them to the oil so that we can saute them for a second. Just for a little bit, a few minutes here. some people actually, what they do is instead of doing it this way, they will have like a comal, which you, like the circular kind of pans, which you will like cook a tortilla on. They'll like toast them on there until they're kind of black on the outside, which there's so many different ways that you can do this, you guys. It's still a recipe that I myself am trying to perfect. But I was honestly just really craving this. It's been so long since I've had it, and I just really wanted some. So I decided to go ahead and make it today and share with you guys. I've only ever made it myself a few times, but it is a recipe that I really do like, you guys. Like I said, it was so weird my first time trying it in Mexico, and I fell in love with it. It's really good, you guys. And like tonight, we're just going to be pairing it with like some rice on the side, and that's it. So... Alright, you guys, and so a few minutes later, the tomatoes are good to go. You kind of want to get to that point where it looks like they're kind of starting to peel. Then what we're going to do is go ahead and add all of this back into it. Okay. And then we're to the point where now we're going to go ahead and add our chicken juice from our leftover chicken. So you're just going to go ahead and add enough, because what this is going to do is it's going to soften up the peppers, the chiles, and everything else for blending. And we're just going to let it kind of sit in here for about like 5 minutes or so. Let it boil so that all the flavors kind of come together and everything. Alright, and so at this point, I'm going to add in some cumin, you guys. You don't want to add too much, about like a teaspoon or so. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here. And then I'm also going to go ahead and add in some of the chicken bouillon, this Nor Suiza. Again, this is just kind of going to be to your liking, you guys. But keep in mind, you add some here, and then once the salsa is actually made, then at that point you could go ahead and add in some more, again, to your liking. So we're just going to go ahead and let this boil for about 5 minutes, just so the peppers can get soft, and we'll be back. Alright, you guys, so now that this is done, ready to go, the peppers are all nice and soft, we're going to go ahead and add all of this into the blender, you guys. And you just want to make sure that when blending it, obviously you have enough liquid in it. If you need to add more at this point, once everything's in the blender, then you can do so. Or if it ends up being too thick after you're blending, add more of the chicken juice to it and keep blending until it gets to the right consistency. Which it shouldn't be super watery, but it also shouldn't be like a super thick consistency either. So you just kind of have to eyeball it there. Alright, so I have everything in the blender. I'm going to go ahead and blend it, and I'll be right back. Alright, so just to kind of show you the consistency here and the color, you guys, it looks kind of like that. This is pretty much what it looks like right here. Like I said, you don't want it to be too thick or too watery. This is just right. So right now I have my pot over here heating with some oil in it, and we're going to go ahead and add the salsa to that. Alright, so make sure you keep it at a low heat, you guys. But still make sure you're constantly stirring it so that the salsa doesn't stick to the pan. The good thing about this salsa is it's one that you don't have to strain. Normally with lots of salsas that you make in the Mexican culture, you have to strain it to get rid of all of like the little like outer parts or any extra things in there that you don't want. And it's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. So, but we're going to keep this low. And then what I want to do here is, you see how there's like all this extra in here? Just take some of that extra chicken juice that you have, you guys. Put some in there. Okay. Just kind of swirl it around so that we can get some of that extra goodness out of there. And just add it to the pot, you guys, as well. Make sure you get all of that good stuff out of there. Okay. And at this point too, you would want to taste it for salt and everything. Make sure that it is to your liking. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more of this to it, as well as just a bit of regular salt, you guys, because there is kind of a difference. I know the chicken bouillon does have salt and everything in it, but it's, you know, it's just the flavor, and it's a different kind of salt in it. It doesn't always work the same as regular salt. Okay, so next thing, we're gonna go ahead and replace all the chicken into here, you guys. So I'm just gonna take all the chicken. I'm just so excited for this, you guys. Like I said, it's been so long since I've actually had this. So we want to make sure that we get all the chicken covered nicely with the salsa sauce, whatever you want to call it. I'll leave that up to you. I just kind of want it to heat through, let the flavors come together with the chicken and the sauce here. If you feel that it's too thick to your liking, you guys, just add more chicken juice to it. But I would say, you know, just keep it at a low heat and let it sit in here for maybe about 15 to 20 minutes. Alright, you guys, then 15 minutes later, here we have it, the finished product. You guys, it smells amazing, and I cannot wait to have this. I have the rice going. So that's it for this recipe, you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you guys give it a try. If you do, let me know your thoughts, you guys. It may not be for everybody because it is kind of interesting, the whole chicken and peanut combination here. But yeah, you guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye, guys.